Welcome to episode 2 of Fallout 4 in 2022, and in this episode we're going to be exploring the Pip-Boy, doing a lockpicking tutorial, having our first combat, returning to our home in Sanctuary, moving on to Red Rocket gas station, and finally ending with the Dogmeat glitch for the cryolator from Vault 111. Okay, so you're now out in the wasteland with only your Pip-Boy for company. So let's take a look at that. First section is the stats, and it shows your current status with regards to injury and general health. It also has the special stats, so you can keep an eye on them, and it will display if anything you're wearing has extra points or if you've picked up extra points. And finally, any perks that you might have picked up along the way as you level up. The next tab is the inventory, and it starts with the weapons. And by pressing Q, you can place your weapons in a favourite slot for easy access. Next we have apparel, which shows exactly what you're wearing. And you can also get stats for anything. As you can see, the eyeglasses give you 1 extra perception, as we can see by that symbol in the perception tab. Next we have aid, which is where we'll keep anything that you can use to replenish your health, and you can also set these as favourites as well for quick access, as well as any food items that will give you health. In miscellaneous we have holotapes and any other items that aren't junk. And in the junk tab we have all the items we've picked up that can be used for materials for building. Next we have the mods. If you modify your weapons or armor, anything that you take off before putting a new mod on will be here. And finally we have the ammo tab, which will list all the ammo that you're currently carrying. And ammo in this game has no weight, so you can carry as much as you want. And the next tab is the data, which has quests, which will give you a rundown of all the quests that you have currently going on, as well as highlighting the one that you're currently working on, and it will give you some description and idea of what to do. You have the workshops, and you have the stats. These are the overall stats from the game, and they cover a wide variety of different topics. Next we have the map tab. As you can see, it will show any locations that you've discovered. It will show where you are on the map, and it will also show markers to show your current quest, or you can set custom markers which you can move around the map, and this will allow you to move to areas that aren't marked on the map by showing them on the HUD. And finally we have the radio tab, which will have 2 main game radio stations, Diamond City Radio and Classical Radio, and it will also be where you'll pick up any frequencies that will start quests or will aid you during the game. You'll be notified on the screen of these frequencies becoming available, and you can listen to the messages here. And if you press T, you'll come to the perk screen, and here, when you level up, you can choose either a perk from this list. As you can see, some are grayed out. That's because you need to build up your special points as well to correspond with the perks that are listed below them. You can also check out the next ranks of any given perk, so you know where you've got to be to get it. And each perk will come with a description of what it does in the game. And that's it for the Pip-Boy now, so we'll carry on with our quest. Okay, so now we've checked out the Pip-Boy, we can move on. And the first thing you want to do out of the vault is to check this little control hut. Inside you'll find a stim pack, a Radex and a blood pack in the first aid, another Radex, and you'll find a Nuka-Cola. These are handy to take because they're worth 20 caps to a vendor. They also give you an increase in your health points and your action points for a short period of time. 20 health points and 10 action points. But you will take a hit of radiation when you drink it, but it's only 5 rads, so it's not too bad. And after you've checked out this control hut, you want to check out these crates for some more radway. And then this little cabin where you'll find first cap. Caps are the in-game currency and they're used to buy and sell to traders. And you want to make as much caps as you can throughout the game. And you'll also find some 10mm ammo and a can of Pram, which, like the Nuka-Cola, will increase your health points for a little while by 25. And once we're done in there, we have a choice to make. We can either carry on with the quest line and follow the map back to Sanctuary, or we can visit 2 unmarked locations, which is what we're going to do. So we want to head this way. And we want to head to here on the map, to this little hut. And we can do our first lockpick. So to pick a lock, you need to adjust the bobby pin so it's in the right position, and use A on the keyboard to turn the screwdriver. If the spot you've chosen is correct, the lock will rotate and open. So as you can see, it resists. So move the bobby pin.
Got it.
There we go, unlocked. And here you'll find some Wonder Glue. Every mod requires glue. And we'll take the bobby pin and some more adhesive duct tape and move on to the second location. Okay, so when you get to this point on the map, you'll come across 3 bloat flies, so you want to take them out. And you need to take note early on in the game when your perception and agility are lower. That doesn't always help. You can see here. So you will have to aim manually. This can be difficult against moving targets. And then we move across. And you'll come to a little guard tower type structure. And there'll be a raider. Take him out. And his attack dog. Take that out. And then you can loot them both. To take everything off a body, just press R and then press R again on the keyboard. Then we'll go in and take everything we can from the tower. And that's our first combat. So we can now move on to the rest of the quest line. Alternatively, if you want to just follow the quest line, you want to make your way back into Sanctuary the way you came to the vault in the beginning. And just collect any plants along the way. You can use these later on to make chems. Back across the bridge. And you'll discover Sanctuary and gain some XP. And now you just want to locate Codsworth and begin a conversation with him.
As I live and breathe! Oh, it's really you!
Codsworth? You're still here. So, other people could still be alive too.
But of course I'm still here! Surely you don't think a little radiation could deter the pride of General Atomics International? But you seem the worse for wear. Best not let the wife see you in that state, Where is the missus, by the way?
And then you tell him about Nora and about Sean being kidnapped.
In a better place.
Sir, these things you're saying, these terrible things, I believe you need a distraction. Yes, a distraction to calm this dire mood. It's been ages since we've had a proper family activity. Checkers, or perhaps charades. Sean does so love that game. Is the lad with you?
Sean's been kidnapped. But I'm going to find him. I'm going to get my son back.
It's worse than I thought. You're suffering from hunger-induced paranoia.
This is where you find out that you're actually frozen for 200 years.
Doesn't matter how long it's been. I feel fine.
A bit over 210, actually, sir. Or give or take a little, for the Earth's rotation and some minor dings to the old chronometer. That means you're 2 centuries late for dinner. Perhaps I can whip you up a snack? You must be famished.
And sometimes in conversations, you'll see options highlighted in yellow, orange, or red. These are persuasions. And depending on your charisma and other perks, you can get them to disclose further information, and in the case of vendors, sometimes caps.
Codsworth, you're acting a little weird. What's wrong?
Oh, sir.
And you'll also get XP for a successful persuasion.
No one to talk to, no one to serve. I spent the first 10 years trying to keep the floors waxed, but nothing gets out nuclear fallout from vinyl wood. Nothing! And don't get me started about the futility of dusting a collapsed house. And the car! How do you polish rust?
Stay with me, pal. Focus.
I'm afraid I don't know anything, sir. The bombs came and all of you left in such a hurry. I thought for certain you and your family were dead. I did find this.
We'll give you a holotape that Nora made for you.
I believe the missus was going to present it to you as a surprise. But then, well, everything happened.
Thank you, Codsworth.
You're welcome. Now, enough feeling sorry.
And he'll suggest you search the neighborhood,
together?
so you want to follow him.
Young Sean may turn up yet.
All right.
All you'll find, though, is
Lead the
some
way.
bloatflies into the houses. So best let him go in first. That way you can conserve your ammunition. And just let him take care of them.
Let's make this quick, shall we? sensors are picking up movement in another house. Follow me!
Do the same at the second house.
Sir, something's afoot. Peekaboo! Okay, cut that out! I dare say I'm slightly disappointed.
And after another brief conversation, Codsworth will suggest you go to Concord.
Codsworth.
Mr. William, the Mrs. and young Sean, they aren't here.
Thanks for trying, Codsworth.
You can't give up, sir. What about the city? Concord is nearby, and, well, the people there have only shot at me a few times.
Thanks for your help, Codsworth.
Good luck, sir. You'll find young Sean. I know you will. I shall remain here and secure...
But before we go anywhere, we want to head back to our old house. And if you go into Sean's old room, underneath the changing table, you'll find the Your Special book. And this will add 1 point to any of your special stats. We're going to use it for luck. You can now see that's up to 3. And we still have the extra perception for the eyeglasses that we have on. And then we want to go into the living room and pick up the Gronak the Barbarian magazine. This is one of the game's collectibles. So you want to collect all the magazines that you see. And this one gives you +5 damage for critical hits when unarmed and with melee weapons. So it's handy to have. So we'll take that. And then we want to head across to the other side of the street, where we'll find the weapons workbench, the power armor station, and the armor workbench. You can use these for modifying your weapons, armor, and power armor. And we also find the workbench. If we press E, we can now access the workshop mode, where we can build different structures. We can build furniture, decorations, power, defense, resources, stores, crafting, and with the DLCs there's extras to be used. I have all the DLCs installed, so I have all the extra buildable components. And we'll go through these in a bit more detail in other videos. And if you press R by the workbench, you'll see that there's already bits and pieces in there that we can use for materials. And we can also clear out our own inventory, which you want to do every time you head out, so that you've got the maximum carry weight. And we can also get rid of any aid materials that we don't need. Any miscellaneous items that we don't need. And all of our junk. As ammo doesn't weigh anything, you can carry as much as that as you want. And we'll just take back our first aid items. And you can see that we have a carry weight of 7 out of 240. So we can collect plenty of other stuff when we're out and about. So before we head to Concord, we want to use the weapons workbench to upgrade our 10mm pistol as much as we can. So we've upped the damage to 19 and the range is up to 119. That's all we can do at the minute, so we can make our way out. With the items in the workbench, you don't have to have them on you to use them, as long as you're within your settlement area. And down here, you'll see the cooking station. We just need to take out a rad roach. Take his meat. And if we use the cooking station, you can see there's options of stuff that we've collected and put into the workbench. And every time you cook an item, you get more XP. And once you're done, you can just press E to leave. And we're now ready to make our way into Concord. So as we make our way out of Sanctuary across the bridge, on the other side we see the body of Ireda, so we can loot that, and a dog with a tire iron. And up by this statue here is a duffel bag. Take that as well. And we're going to make our way to Red Rocket. Here we're going to meet our first companion. Which is Dogmeat.
Hey, boy.
So we're going
You're all
to
by yourself.
get him to follow us.
You want to come with me, pal?
And there's a very special
Okay, then.
talent that Dogmeat
Stick
has. And we're just going to level up. I'm going to choose a perk, and I'm going to my agility, as that will give us more action points in VATS and increases our ability to sneak. Okay, so we're not going to carry on to Concord. We're actually going to head back to the vault to obtain the cryolator that's in the overseer's office. We'll need Dogmeat to do this, as we will need the master lockpick otherwise. So we'll head back there now. When you return to Vault 111, first thing you want to do is enter the control cabin. Press the red button. This will activate the elevator. You want to command Dogmeat to go to
Over here.
this outer blue ring. Keep the command icon open, don't back out of that. And when you walk onto the elevator, you want to be facing almost fully downwards. And as the lift starts to move, you want to be spamming the E key. And this will ensure that every time Dogmeat follows you down into the elevator, and he'll be waiting for you when you arrive. If you just go down on the elevator normally, even if he's following you, he won't actually come down the elevator with you. Then you want to return to the overseer's office. As you can see, the violator is behind a master lock, so it would take us a long time in the game to actually get to the stage where we could unlock that ourselves. And what you want to do is you want to call Dogmeat to you.
Move here.
So he's close enough for you to open a dialogue. Sometimes you'll get these dialogue options. What you want to do is talk to him and you'll get this set.
Hey, boy.
And you want to choose fetch.
Find something for me? See if there's any
And
good
items.
stuff nearby, boy.
Dogmeat will then run over to the case, grab the violator, and then you want to bring it back, trade with Dogmeat, and in his inventory there'll be 200 cryo cells and the violator. You can take it off him, and you now have one of what I think is one of the best weapons in the game. And that's it. It's simple. There's a lot of different methods on the internet, but I found this one works every single time. Now we can return to Sanctuary. And this is where I'm going to leave the video for today. So if you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.